just saw a white rabbit and they asked me to give you a message. And the message is you're late for a very important date. Hey, Rain Nation, Randy Gage here. And the date we're talking about is the mid-2025 checkup on your Rain business. So that's what we're going to do this evening. So welcome everybody. If you're a guest, we have a kind of a normal format that we do once a week. We do some product training. We do some training on how you can create leverage in the Rain compensation plan. We usually hear from a couple people their story, and then we do a leadership training. So I'm just warning you up front, tonight is a different format because it is that mid-2025 checkpoint, kind of check in, see how you're doing on your business. So if you're a candidate looking at Rain, this might not be the most scintillating show. You may want to just ask the person who is inviting you to look at Rain for I just did a recently video, why Rain, why now, my story that's available on the Rain YouTube channel or some of our other videos. Or if you're really serious, hang around and you're going to really see the method of operation, how the business is done. And then you could decide, hey, is this something I want to do? And you see the level of training. All right, so let's get right to it. What's the goal? Somebody joins Rain. I think the goal for most people is they want to have a fun, growing, cash flow positive business. They want to be a social entrepreneur who helps empower people for better wellness in their life and better financial outcomes in their life. So those are the goals. That's kind of the big picture goal for most people. I know that's certainly why I do this. It's about empowering people, creating that fun team of fun, a lifestyle business that I know also serves the greater good. So let's look at the keys. How do you do that? Because we need to have my pen here for taking notes. The weekly method of operation. What does that look like? So a successful, fun, cash flow positive business means you've developed a customer base, people who use the products and they're experiencing wellness breakthroughs. You're proficient in the basic skill sets. So you're getting that training on a regular basis. Your business is growing. And you have this weekly method of operation. And of course, what does that look like? Well, it begins with 10 to 15 hours a week. One of the things you'll never hear myself, other leaders with Rain say is, yeah, you can build a great duplicating business in 2 hours a week. We don't say that because it's not true. You can retail the products and make some extra money with Rain doing it 2 hours a week. You can work 30 minutes a week if you want. You're in business by yourself. There's no rules. You don't have a boss. But we're saying if you want to build a duplicable business that grows, you're going to bring people in. They're going to need your support, your training. It takes about 10 to 15 hours a week. What do you do for that 10 or 15 hours a week? Well, there's two kind of non-negotiable things if you're serious about the business. Non-negotiable attendance, number one, is every week, 50 weeks out of 52, you're attending a leadership conference like this one we're doing here tonight. Non-negotiable number two is 50 weeks out of 52, you're attending a Be the Breakthrough presentation. Because that's what the business is. That's how we grow the business. We share the Rain opportunity and products with the world. We let them know about seed source nutrition, why it's superior, what it will mean for them. So your job is, of course, getting people in front of the presentations. So the Be the Breakthrough is totally designed for guests. The Leadership Academy is a hybrid where we are training associates on how to be better leaders And it's good for a second look for somebody who's already seen the check it out video or a Facebook Live or be the breakthrough presentation, and they want to know more. So it's kind of the second look. So that's those two things are kind of the crux of what the 10 to 15 hours a week is. And then, so now you got whatever, 10, 12 hours left. How is that spent? Well, people who want a growing business are going to spend as much, the highest percentage they can of that remaining time in rainmaker activity. What do we mean by rainmaker activity? We mean activity that brings the rain, that grows the business. So just rewatching videos in the back office doesn't grow your business. Just looking in the back office and see how many people signed up so far today, that's not really growing your business, right? There's lots of busy work we can all do. Scrolling on Instagram, watching videos of dogs on surfboard isn't real. You can say, well, I'm trying to meet people. No, no, that's not really a rainmaker activity. That's distraction stuff. Rainmaker activities, meeting people, migrating them to your candidate list, getting them in front of presentations that give them the information they need to make the best decision for them. And then follow up, helping them get any additional information they need. So those are that. And then what else I would add? Daily product use, that you are a product of the Rain products. There is not a day goes by, not in the entire time I have been with Rain, has there ever been a day go by that I did not consume Rain products. And I consume a lot of Rain products because health is really important to me. It's a priority. And then it's about making healthy lifestyle choices, right? If you're going to be a Rain associate, you should be an ambassador for a healthy lifestyle. And I'm not here to judge you. No one's here to judge you. No one's here how to live your life. But we're saying, hey, if you want to grow a Rain business, you should be modeling a healthy lifestyle. So that's what the weekly method of operation would be, right? And there's a monthly method of operation. There's a quarterly method. We're not really going to look at that stuff tonight. I'm just trying to give an overview of, hey, here's what you should be doing in and out on a weekly basis if you want that fun, growing, cash flow, positive business, and you want to be able to help show other people how to do that. So it's report card time. Did you love that or hate that as a kid? Well, either way, it's that time. So let's take your report card because June is almost gone. So this is the time to look at that, right? So first thing, be honest with yourself. Have you been committing and doing 10 to 15 hours a week dedicated to your Rain business? Be honest. Have you really, are you there weekend and when we know sometimes things come up and we want you to take vacations when you have time and all that stuff. This is about lifestyle, but it's also about, you know, discipline creates freedom. I love to travel. You know, I've been to the World Series. I've been to the NBA Finals. I've been to the NHL Finals. I've been to the Olympics. I've been to the Indy 500. I've been to the World Cup. I mean, I love stuff like that. The concerts I have been to, but the reason I have the freedom to go to those kind of events is because I'm disciplined. And I do find the 10 or 15 hours a week to work my business. So discipline creates freedom. So part of that lifestyle, lifestyle that you want to live involves being accountable to yourself and saying, okay, am I really there my 10 or 15 hours a week? Here's one. There have been 24 leadership academies so far in the year 2025. How many have you been at? Now, if you wanted to get to the real answer, it's easier for most people to say, okay, what are the ones I missed? Okay, I was on vacation a couple of weeks, I missed two. Fine, you're allowed that, right? If you're committed, 50 out of 52. Oh, but then my in-laws were in town once. Well, there was a bowling tournament once. Well, it was the finals on America's Got Talent, or Bulgaria's Live, whatever, or wherever you live. And then there was a time I just wasn't feeling it a couple of times. So think about how many there were. Add 20% to that number, and that's probably how many you missed. So what's the real number? How many of the 24 were you there participating in? We have a adage in the business. Sometimes you need the meeting, sometimes the meeting needs you, right? There are Thursdays where it's been a week, I might be tired. I have a lot of pressures on me. Maybe something happened with someone in my family with their health or something. And, and you know what? I just need the Leadership Academy to recharge the fuel in my own fuel tank. And then sometimes I know people need me to be on and do something because they need the meeting that week. That's true for all of us. So, how's your attendance? Mark that kind of on your report card. There has been 25 Be the Breakthroughs so far this year. How many have you been on participating? And again, you're like, well, I didn't have any candidates this week, and it was a sunny day, and the car needed to be washed. So, okay. When you make those excuses and you lie to yourself and you miss the commitments to yourself, right? You're not there when other people need you. And then when you need the meeting, maybe they're not there for you because you weren't there for them. So again, think how many times did you skip because of this or a football game or that or this and then whatever, and add 20% for the ones you're not even thinking about, and then you got your number. So what does that look like on your report card? The next one would be just how productive are you? What percentage of your time, whether you're doing the 10 or 15 hours a week, or you're only doing 5 hours or 8 hours or whatever, ask yourself, how productive are you in terms of what percent are you dedicating to rainmaker activity? And then what percent are you given away to distractions and busy work and procrastination stuff? And then here would be the last thing, just we'll say two. I want to make it a two-pronged approach. One is how you doing on the product use. Are you really using all of the RAIN products that could be making a difference in your life? Everybody seems to love Core. Everybody's, Soul Red. Those are the benchmark products. But we have products like Renew that people haven't even tried. The Bright, people haven't even tried. Have you really gone through the product line? Are you getting the pure, the probiotics and the prebiotics? Everybody in the world needs more of that with our diet. The Beet, the cardiovascular benefit, this is why I mix them all together, right? And I wouldn't even think of going a day without that. Yet I have people in my own team, they've never even tried Beet or they've never tried Bright. Man, that's a crime against yourself, all right? So rate yourself there. And then though, I want you to rate yourself in just your overall health and wellness. Because this is an important part of your RAIN report card too. What were your goals at the start of the year, right? Maybe you had a goal for finances, what you wanted to earn a month. Maybe you had a goal for rank advancement. How you doing? We're halfway through the year. Maybe you have a goal for your rank advancement on stage at Ascend in a few months from now. How you doing on that? And then how's your health? Here's what I can tell you. At Venice, Ascend Venice, which is when Ann and I both said, you know what? We're going out in the field. We're going to be Rain Associates and build a team just like everyone else. Because we're so excited about these tools we develop. We're so excited about the training system we have, the ladder of escalation, the candidate pathway, all of these things that Travis Perry made all these huge investments in. Jeff Higginson led the development and getting this stuff into place. And we saw like what the potential of these products could be and that they really worked. So that was in, I don't know what it was. It was May or June. So we're talking a year ago. Here's what I remember about that. I remember being backstage with Jeff Higginson and telling him, I am so expleted, deleted, fat. I cannot button my suit. And I'm over this. I was at 225 pounds when I went to Venice Ascend. So that was about a year ago. Less than that, but that's the heaviest I've ever been in my life. So I got really proactive about it. And I finally just maybe a month ago said, okay, I made incremental little progress. I'm better. I got off that 225 stuff. I got under 220, but I just, I was just hovering between 215 to 220, up and down yo-yo stuff. And I'm like, and I was chatting with Travis and I was like, I know it's so much easier to lose weight when your body's not inflamed. I'm a big guy, 210, 220, averaging 215 to 220. I'm 6'2". How many Soul or Soul Red could I take in a day? And he said, honestly, Randy, this is just pure, clean nutrition. You could take 4 a day and you're not going to have any problem at all. There's no drugs in here. There's nothing you're going to OD on, anything like that. So I decided, okay, I'm going to up the number of Soul or Red that I take. So I'm doing 3 or 4 a day to lower my inflammation. And today I was under 212, under 212 pounds. Okay. And my goal is to get to 210. And I believe 210 is my perfect fighting weight, my perfect softball weight, my perfect training weight, everything. So I think I'm going to be there within 4 days or less. Here's the thing. I have not been at 210 for 10 years. So why am I sharing all this with you? Because I'm working on my own report card, right? And I made this commitment, man, I'm going to get down to 210 and I'm going to be in the best shape of my life because, and I'm 66 now, so I haven't been under 210 since I was 56, but I'm doing it now and I'm doing it with Rain. All right. So mark your health as part of your mid-2025 checkup. Which brings us to the question of where are you? Have you reached your goals, your health goals? Are you spending the time with the leadership academies to be the breakthrough? Is your business where you want it to be? It's halfway through 2025. Are you at least halfway through the goal that you set for yourself in 2025? If the answer is yes, you can log off now, go back to work, and we'll see you on the next Be the Breakthrough. Thanks for dropping by. If the answer is no, you're not halfway to the goals that you really want to achieve in 2025, whose fault is it? I mean, we know it couldn't be yours, right? It must be probably your sponsor's fault. Maybe it's my fault or Rain's fault or the economy's fault or network marketing doesn't work. I mean, we got a lot of possibilities right here, a lot of potential culprits whose fault it is. Or if we're just being just between you and me and we're being honest with ourselves, we say, well, I only attended 11 leadership academies and I only attended 15 Be the Breakthroughs, and I almost never work more than 10 hours a week, and I don't use the products I should, or I'm not making healthy. Would you give yourself enough credit, enough respect, enough love to admit that and say, I haven't achieved the goals I want with Rain yet because of myself, my own actions. I will take responsibility for my Rain business. So that's what I'm really getting to in this training today. I hope you will use this training as an opportunity to course correct. And here's the most important thing, guys. Please don't use this training to beat yourself up. Give yourself some grace. Give yourself some self-love. Give yourself some forgiveness. Please forgive yourself. Commit to making the course corrections. And today can be January 1st all over again. Because you know the best attitude to have to your Rain business is always, there's so much great work to do here, and it's still day one. All right, go out and have an amazing week. Love you guys. Peace.
Shine bright like a diamond.